What up, you lab rats? This is episode number 93, and we are here in the studio. Welcome to the studio. So I'm here because I'm shooting a little bit of promo for the workshop that's going to be held later on this year. We haven't really decided. I mean, a date was picked, and I went through all the Eventbrite process. But I didn't pick a date yet. That's really for sure. I really want Kevin to be there. So what we're doing right now is just trying to kind of feel it out, take my time with it. I think one of the biggest things that I'm kind of at fault for is rushing things. And so, I really want to do this workshop the right way and really set us up for doing regular workshops, like on a monthly basis. That way I can take a small group of people, like a small classroom of people, like super small, like 3 to 5 people, and then really help them execute on their goals and their plans, their vision with video branding and with video, incorporating it into their brand, and then move on to the next class. And so each class, this is my vision, each class will kind of graduate slowly into this advanced process where we'll start at this beginning level and then get into the more advanced stage, and that will reflect what I'm learning as well. So I'm by no means a trained person in video or a trained person in that. I'm just like you guys. I just learned a shit ton, and I do my own research and I experiment, and I'm in the lab every single day, and I want to share that with you guys, and that's what this workshop is going to be about. So the more concrete details will start to show themselves and present themselves as the time goes on later on in the year, and see how many people are actually interested in working with me on that sort of basis. And this is the space where we're going to be doing it. And for the most part, it's not just going to be theory. It's not just here's how you do it. It's here we go. Let's go take some pictures so you can use that photography to be the foundation of your brand. Any brand starts off with great photography. Okay, you can't really get around that. You need photographs. You need images to sell your brand. You can't really get around that. And it starts with having great photography, and that's what I equipped you guys with first and foremost off the bat. That's definitely going to be included within the workshop. And then we use those images that we take that day and implement them into your brand that day. And so I really love this idea of a workshop that is actionable and gets you results the end of that day. So I'm super excited for that. I wish there was something like this for me. Not in the video photography realm, but for things like, like SSS Live. I wish I had gone to SSS Live like 2 years ago. I wish that event was available to me before I went and, stumbled and learned all myself, and it took like 2 years to build up that knowledge. Some really great things are coming in the works. I'm very excited. That was a very long intro, sorry. So let's get into today's episode. And it correlates back to what I was saying, and that's, are you rushing things? Are you forcing things? Are you in a panic? So I was kind of in a panic because my friend Avid was sharing with me his very successful quarter update, right? And you guys can find that in the link in the description. And he was sharing all of his fantastic results of what he'd been doing and working so hard towards this goal that he had, and he was quote unquote living the dream, his dream. And I was like, God damn it, I'm not living my dream yet. I'm living part of it, which is amazing. I'm very grateful for that. But it made me, I was just very inspired. At the same time, feeling very self-conscious of my own success and my own measure, my own worth in that moment. And I panicked a little bit. And I think this is something that all of us will kind of go through. And I think it needs to be said, we need to be reminded to calm down. To calm down. It's okay, relax. And I just heard it again. I was listening to a Tim Ferriss podcast, and he was interviewing Glenn Beck, and it's like the longest almost painfully, like just the way that Glenn Beck talks. I have no idea who Glenn Beck is, but it was kind of painful to listen to it in that it wasn't as pleasing to the ear. There was just a lot of ums and a lot of silences and a lot of just like hanging on, like anticipating, and not painful like, oh, you hurt my ears, but painful like, God, can you just tell me, anticipation. Anyway, he was saying, or Tim was asking him, what's one piece of advice you would give your 30-year-old self? And I, my ears prick up because I'm reaching 30. And he said, relax. I found myself trying to rush everything. I got to get it done. And how many times have you lab rats said to yourself, I got to get it done, or, so-and-so's doing this, I got to get it done. And that's a great thing. It's a great thing to be inspired. And we push each other, don't we, here in the Lab Rat Fan Band? We push each other to be better and to create better content and to inspire each other. However, there's a dark side to that, isn't there? There's a dark side to that too, which I briefly dipped into yesterday, and it made me get into a kind of depression funk where I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to create any episodes or any content. And I was thinking like, oh, what am I doing? Am I making any money? At the same time, it activated me to execute on this plan that I've been keeping secret to myself for a long time, which is, holding events and doing this more intimate sort of hands-on approach of helping people and being of service in this way. But to relax and to take your time with things and to let things unfold as they will, and to really put in the effort and the heart, in this present moment. And so, as I'm even just creating this episode for you guys, I could very easily just kind of rush through and not deliver what I'm trying to say and just, check off, okay, episode 93 is done, next one. And I really want to take my time and show you guys how much I put into each and every one of these episodes, and that I hope you guys feel what I'm putting out. That's all I'm saying, okay? So relax. There's time for you to be successful. There's time for all of that. Just, keep hitting it, at your best, most, effort with heart, every single day in these tiny moments, when you want to just rush through the boringness or the minutia of whatever you're doing, answering emails, rushing through it. Just take your time with it, because, when you rush through it, that's when you make mistakes, right? That's when people can kind of see through you. That's when you drop the ball or things slip through the cracks because you're not completely on your game. You're not zoned in. So be zoned in, be in the moment, be present, and give everything that you can in that moment. And don't try to rush it. And that's just something I have to remind myself as I'm putting together this workshop, because the moment I start to chase money, I've already lost the whole point of this thing. So the point of this workshop is to take what I've learned, what Kevin and I have learned, and hopefully he can be there and be present with you guys, and help people move past these things, right? That's it. That's the whole goal. And if I can help one person and that person can then inspire somebody else, then by golly, we've done it, right? I mean, that's the whole point. So, good things, guys. I don't want to keep you too long. It was a kind of weird episode today. That's because I'm not in my regular lab, but I'm in the studio lab. So it feels kind of cool. That's it for today's episode number 93, and we will see you tomorrow for another special episode. Because you know what? I forgot my Primal Branding book, so I can't tell you what's in that book. But we'll figure something out. All right. Good things. We'll see you next time. Peace. Hey guys, thanks for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it. If you've made it all the way to the end of this video, good job. I want you guys, if you are so inclined and interested, to stay updated with the show and all the things, very, very exciting, good things that are going to be coming up. I want you to go to getinthelab.me/join and get on my newsletter list, because that's where I share a bunch of stuff that I don't share anywhere else. And you guys will be in direct communication with me. Okay, that's your direct line to me. So yeah, Thanks again for hanging out. I really appreciate it. I'm lucky to have you. We'll see you next time. Peace.